Hello, my name is Otávio Pontes. I am a neurologist and associate professor of neurology at Ribeirão Preto Medical School, University of São Paulo. And I am here with Dr. Jonathan Rosand. Jonathan is a neurologist and neurointensive physician, and he's a professor of Harvard in the Department of Neurology of Massachusetts General Hospital. And Jonathan is here with us in Brazil for the Brazilian Congress of Neurology. And he brought us some very interesting perspective on the prevention of stroke, dementia, and depression. And I would like you, Jonathan, to introduce yourself and then tell us a little bit about this global Brain Care Coalition that is a huge effort to prevent this kind of disease in the world.
Well, thank you, Otávio. It's such a pleasure to be here to see old friends and to meet the extraordinarily talented group of young neurologists and students whom I've had the pleasure of working with for just 2 days now. What we are working on is an effort that's now really global to leverage all of the science that's been done over the last 3 decades on what risk factors can be modified for dementia, stroke, and depression. It turns out there's a lot of shared risk factors. So it's pretty simple to lay them out for patients, for people, everyday people. But what's challenging is that we have to learn how people will best receive the information, and then we have to track our success. We have to make sure that the way we're working with people actually has an impact. So we've got to measure the number of new cases every year. So this is a big scientific effort. It's going to be different in every locale. Brazil is going to be different across regions and cities. And so the great joy of it is working with individuals who have decided they're going to adopt their local population and they're going to figure out how to do it.
Jonathan, how do you feel like Brazil can contribute to this global initiative?
So one of the things that I've learned about Brazil, having worked with people like you, Raul Nogueira, Jean-Marie, Gisele, among many others who've come to Boston for training, is the medical education in Brazil is really extraordinary compared to the rest of the world. And you have extraordinary talent coming through the medical schools. And you have a lot of people who are choosing to study medicine and a lot of opportunities in Brazil. So the first thing is that Brazil presents a unique set of, I think, personnel and talents to tackle this problem. The other thing about Brazil is an incredibly varied country. So many different communities. And so we really have to learn, everybody, when I first started talking about prevention, the most common response was, we know that it won't work. Everybody gives up. What we've learned in Boston in about 5 years of doing this work is that prevention is definitely possible, but you have to form partnerships with people because they have to make it their own. Prevention is about what people choose to do for themselves. And that means we have to understand what's important to people. So it's very helpful when you have a very varied country like Brazil. We're going to learn a lot about a lot of different cultures, a lot of different economic situations. So I think it's almost like a laboratory for the world, while we're helping Brazil change its tide as well.
All right. If somebody get interested in this, how can they get in contact with the Global Care Coalition?
Yeah. So we have a website. I think it's gbcc.org, the Global Brain Care Coalition. We will be on social media. You can follow me on social media. But what we've set up, which is important, is contexts for people to engage at the research level and the clinical level that are to be paralleled with what we're trying to do for people in everyday walks of life. So we have set up a weekly virtual conference for healthcare professionals and academics who want to start studies to be a part of the coalition. We will be setting up one for trainees, medical students, graduate students, who are going to start their projects. So just let us know when you contact us what your interest is and what your level of training is, and then we'll plug you into the right channels, and we intend to expand them over the next 6 months.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jonathan, for coming. I hope we have a very productive meeting and Brazil can really contribute to this great initiative.
Very excited to be here, and I have no doubt that Brazil will, because you've set the track record already.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah.